Good evening, everyone, and welcome in. Good to have you folks here. Let's see here now. Where are my glasses? Hey, Mitch. Welcome in. Where did I put my glasses? I just had them. Here? Where did... Alright, well, I mean, I guess it's not that important, but in any case, good to see you guys here. I guess Paul just wrapped himself up. Hope you guys had fun over there. I know I always enjoy watching Paul run his layout, so I am very excited to get back up there. There's where I put my glasses. Very excited to get back up there for Ops Around the Clock in a few weeks. Very much looking forward to that. But before we can get to Ops Around the Clock, I need to drop my phone. No, and before we get to Ops Around the Clock, we have to get to this here caboose, which the camera is not working for, which is great. Give me a minute. Let me try and fix that. Okay, this camera is not working. Why is this camera not working? Let's try doing that. Hey, there it is. Okay, fantastic. All right, let's see. Let's say hello to everyone here. Let's see who came over from Paul's stream. We got Mitch, Garrett. Good to see you guys. Jeffrey, good to see you. Garrett, understood. Hope you're wearing some form of ear protection. AT7 HO scale layout, welcome in. Good to see you here. Welcome. Sam, how's it going? I just finished, before stream, while I was getting set up, I just finished pulling the reporting marks, and the camera broke again. And the camera totally broke again, and I don't know why it keeps doing that, and it's making me upset. Okay, there we go. I just finished pulling the reporting marks off of the one boxcar Sam that's gonna stay in this scheme and just get patched. So I just need to put a couple patch marks on there and get my reporting mark decals on, and that car will be ready for you. So that'll be fun. Scott, good to see you. Mitch, yeah, I bet. I'm sure you've had a long weekend out at Reading and Northern, but I want to get out there someday. I keep meaning to, and it just never winds up happening. But fingers crossed it'll happen soon. Greetings from Arlington, Texas. Well, thank you for that. Hopefully things are doing well down in Texas. 113 locomotives. Wow, that's sweet. You hope to get up there for the first time, assuming you're talking about Ops Around the Clock. Yeah, that'll be good. Ed's here. Good to see you, Ed. Banu's here. Yes, Banu. Caboose. It's actually looking like a caboose now, which is exciting to me. You know, we've got 4 walls. The goal tonight is I need to redo one of these end wall bulkheads, and then we want to finish the interior details so I can start working on the roof. But we're also going to be doing a little bit of graphic design work for my Officer Extra train. Let's see. They stopped sandblasting and you still can't hear. Oh, great. Volume is a tad quiet. Okay. Volume is a tad quiet. Is that the music volume or just me or just the general volume? Because if it's the general volume, I can do a little bit of that. Got a NOLA too. Sweet. How big is my layout? AT7. My layout is 1 foot by 6 foot. It's just a small switching layout. That's all I've really got space and money for at this point. Well, not really money. I've got plenty of trains, but it's all I have space for at this time. Ed, or not Ed, excuse me. Sam, let me know if what you said was too quiet. Because I can bump the music volume. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. I can bump the music volume up a little bit, so hopefully that's good. All right, so like I said, tonight we are going to be working on trying to get the interior details done on this caboose. And it is, so basically what we want to do is, so all the end walls and the interior bulkheads here, those are currently just glued in place with, what's it called? Canopy glue. So if I just wet those down with a little bit of water, we can do that. Get that out. The music, not the music, my voice. Okay, I can bump that up a little bit, but I don't want to bump it too much. Hopefully this is a little better for you, Sam. I can... There, I can bump it a little bit more. So hopefully that's okay for you, Sam. But yeah, so all the interior stuff, like I said, is temporarily just glued in place with canopy glue. So I can get that out with just a little bit of water. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, let's just get a little bit of water in there. There we go. All right. Now I can work that all out. So how's everyone been doing tonight? Hopefully well. Ed, I see you are awake and fed, so that's good. All right, let's pull these end walls off. And then we can work our way through the middle. Dennis, good to see you. Welcome into the stream. Okay, pop these off. Which bulkhead? So this bulkhead was okay. It was this bulkhead here that really needed to come back off. So let me just get that popped right off. Oh, that's okay. I broke it. That's fine. I was going to be replacing it anyway, so I don't mind. Okay, won't be here for long. Yeah, I'm assuming you gotta get to bed, yeah. But it's good to see you here regardless. Hope you're having a good evening. Let's see. Mac and cheese with a hamburger, nice. Going through the notes for the locomotive spreadsheet. Now doing the X Jeep 38 ACs. Next is the 2 Jeep 59s you got. Ooh, Jeep 59s are nice. Those are neat. I need to at some point. And Garrett, maybe this is something I can employ you on as well. In addition to some of those cars, which I know I got to get back to you on. I'll get back to you at some point this week. I've got so many different balls that I'm juggling right now, but basically, yeah, don't watch the inside of the caboose or it'll fall apart. Exactly, Scott. That's really funny. But so maybe that's something I can employ you on, Garrett, is I need to... I don't know if any 3D models exist out there. I don't know. But I need an accurate aero cab for... Thank you, Scott. I need an accurate aero cab for my Jeep 60 demonstrator unit in N scale. and I don't know what the best way to go about doing that is. So, but I will get back to you on the cars. My inclination is I'll probably get the X29s and the probably just the X29s and the what's it called, express boxcars, the converted troop sleepers. And I don't need the trucks because I will just get Microtrain's BX Express trucks, which is what they had on the New Haven, so that's fine. I don't need the Allied cushion trucks that they were built with, so we won't have to worry about that. But I'll get back to you with the specifics on that in a bit. But you got every other word, so you recommend a DM. Okay, understood. That was the plan anyway. Recalculating the metro sub, thinking of making it loop to loop until you can figure out the. Hey, you know, I think that's not a bad idea at all. I did happen to spot that in Paul's chat. And I think that's a great idea because it'll get you started and it'll give you a layout to run as you work out the details of the. What is going on with this camera tonight? I have no idea what's going on with this camera. Hopefully it's okay. Nope, and it's frozen. Yeah, I see that, Sam. Thank you. Thank you for pointing it out. I appreciate it. Nope, it's still going. And it's frozen again. All right. Well, this may be a problem. This may be a problem. Yes, you do see one of your boxcars, Sam. You do indeed. You might have missed that at the beginning of the stream here. But I was talking about how I did get the lettering pulled off of that car, so I can fiddle with these wires here. Excuse me. I did get the letters pulled off of that car, so we can. There we go. I can put a couple patches on there. There you can see. It is now letter number reporting mark list. Nope, the camera's still going. Why the hell is it doing that? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right, Mitch. Alright, well, we're going to see how far we can get, and if it really starts to become a problem, or continues to be a problem, I guess we're just going to have to jump over to doing the graphics work that we need to do tonight anyways. But I want to see if I can at least try to get this, this bulkhead wall done well tonight before we jump. How old is the camera? It's not that old, but it was also like a $15 webcam, so it's kind of cheap. And I've been using it for like a year and a half now, at least once a week, every week, kind of moving the camera, wires getting tugged and things like that. And so I'm not surprised that it's kind of crapping out, but my hope is before too much longer, I can get, well, my hope is before too much longer, I'll get a new place of my own. And then at that place, I can try a couple of different camera setups, but we will see on that front. It is wired. It is not wireless. All right. Well, let's see here now. What am I looking? Oh no, this is the one I need. This is the sketch I need to look at. Yeah, I'm sure it is the wire because the wire's been tugged all over the place. over the last couple years. All right, let me try one thing quickly. Oh, all right. Well, yeah. Let me try this real quick. I'm just gonna rerun how this wire is going. Cat chewed on it. I hope not. I don't think so. Let me just try and take a little bit of it. The way it was, it had some pressure on it. So let's see if I relieve the pressure on it a little bit. Maybe that'll help. So let's turn it back on again. Well, new wires are not cheaper than new cameras when it's integral to the camera. But I do see what you're saying. All right, we're just gonna have to give that a try here. All right, so let's find a nice, there we go, factory edge. Let's grab my square. Let's get this bulkhead. Oh my gosh, it is freaking out. Well, what I might do then, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna try and switch my webcams. I'm gonna take this webcam. This webcam can't zoom, but it at least isn't doing that. So I'm gonna see about switching them quickly, and then we'll maybe try and go from there. Okay, and we're back. The camera's still freaking out, so I might honestly just try killing the webcam for tonight, the face cam, I mean. But we're gonna give this a go for a little bit. It might just be time for this camera to go, which wouldn't surprise me, given how old it is, or how kind of it is. If you remember correctly, I installed DCC decoders and I could solder a new cable to the old camera. Yeah, that would be a challenge, Ed. The other challenge is knowing what wire does what. When I'm installing a DCC decoder, I've got a nice handy dandy little guide that tells me what wire goes to what function. That's a luxury I'm not granted when I'm just opening up a random webcam that I got off of Amazon. All right, so this needs to be 7 foot tall. 7 foot. It needs to be 9'3" wide. 9'3". I'm gonna mark at 6'3". And add 3 foot. Okay. Now over here, go to put a mark at 7 feet there as well. Put a vertical. Put a vertical in here as well. And then these. There. There we go, something like that. Okay. Let me grab my rule, straight edge here to cut with. Good. Let's get these right here. Okay. USB does have standardized color code. Yeah, well, just because there is a standard doesn't mean that it's always followed. Is the other thing, but that is true. Getting back to the layout, yes, you need to start getting it put up. Yeah, I think that would be great. You know, half of a layout, from what I understand and what I know, is, you know, testing it through running the damn thing. You're not going to know what you like and what you don't until you get it up and going. So I think just popping in a couple of balloon loops would be a great idea to get you going. right, there we go. Okay. Now let's just try and round this out a little bit. You faked in my repairing skills. Just look at the... You just looked at one. Jeep 59 before rebuild with its old cab and NS paint. By old cab, do you mean the original cab? I forget. I forget that the G59s didn't get aero cabs from the factory, did they? I don't think so. Maybe they did. I don't know. I know the Jeep 60 demos did, and then they were removed in actual service. It is one of the demos. Okay, so then I think those did get the aero cabs. So yeah, that's really nice. I have to either get someone to do it for me or just do it myself, but I need to get a 3D model of the aero cab so I can get one on my Jeep 60 demo. And then I can put all the proper light package and everything in there. Okay, I think that should be better. Let's do a little test fit. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, I like that. Much better. Much, much better. Okay. You've seen a G59 and 60 in brass with the aero cab. That's nice. It's got an Admiral cab now and OLS paint, both units. Ah, it's a shame. What does an aero cab look like? 1 second, Ed. GP60 demonstrator. Images. Let me find. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Here's EMD5. Open image in new tab. Let's do that and there. That is the EMD Aero Cab. Now, if you notice, it's got, if the roof line and the front of the cab match. So it's got that, slightly angled out cab, like a lot of the Alcos had, which is super nice. It looks really good. And it is on my model. It does not have that. Where's my model? Did I put it up? I put it right here. So this is my model of EMD5, which is still stock from the factory and this has a couple of issues, but the biggest, most obvious one is the aero cab being missing. But this is my model of EMD5, and you can see it does not have the aero cab. It just has a flush cab front and the eyebrow that most EMDs had. The other big issue is the dynamic blister on this model of EMD5 is the later dynamic blister on the Jeep 60s. It's kind of got that more angular. Right here you can really see it's got that kind of very angular shape to the front and rear of the blister on the fireman side. And you can see in the model, or on the actual one, the dynamic blister is the more traditional EMD, much more streamlined variant. You would never buy this model because of the cab seat. For me, because I'm nuts, I bought it. I actually bought it off of Matt, because he hadn't run it, and I was like, I want a demo. I wanted a Jeep 60 demo, and I look at it as a modeling opportunity, a learning opportunity for me to figure out either how to 3D print or how to 3D model again. You know, remind myself of how to do that, etc. But it's it was worth it for me. And even right now, I'll once I get a decoder in this, which did I put a decoder in this? I don't think I did. No, I have not put a decoder in this yet. That's on the list of locomotives to get a decoder, but I'll probably for now just run it as is until I have the opportunity to either get a 3D model or do some 3D modeling of the Aero Cab. And while I'm at it, I'll probably do a 3D model of the dynamic blister because Lifelike designed it in such a way that it just pops right off nice and easy. So I can just design a replacement hatch there. But speaking of buying models, you got a Jeep 20 for one of your GP9R kits. Sweet. It's a Conrail unit, but it came with DCC sound for cheap. Nice. Very nice. Alright, let's put the Jeep 60 away. Let's get back to this caboose here. Good evening, Santa. Welcome in. If I know someone that needs a Conrail Jeep 20 shell, I will definitely let you know, Sam. On that note, if anyone needs a Atlas RS11 N-scale Pennsylvania Railroad shell, I might have something for you before too much longer. Although I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided for sure. So I'm getting it should be arriving, I think by next week, I think. I got a 3D printed RS32 shell for the B&CCS. And that is supposed to go on a RS11 chassis. But I had an RS11, but it was the older Kato one, which has the center to center of the trucks from an RS3, not an RS11. So it's not as, it doesn't have as wide of a wheelbase. Where did that? There it is. That file. So because it doesn't have as wide of a wheelbase, it's not going to look quite right. So I got an Atlas RS11, but I'm trying to decide if I just accept the smaller wheelbase of the Kato one and then use the Atlas one as a New Haven unit. I don't know. I keep going back and forth on what I want to do, but do you keep hearing a smoke detector in the background, or is it mic squeak? It might be mic squeak, or it might be my chair squeaking. But no, the smoke detector, I just recently replaced the batteries in, so it should be good for a long, long time. let me do like this real quick. So what I'm trying to do is basically just round the interior of the door frame here, or the, not door frame, but the I don't know, access way between, yeah, that cuts through the bulkhead here. It's not bad. It's needs a little bit better. Thank you, Ed. That's better. All right. Okay, so what's the difference between these two? The difference is this one is too tall by probably 6 scale inches. Okay, that's an easy enough fix. There we go. Come on. There we go. All right, that should be better. Let's double check it. Cut thrice and it will still be too short. Precisely. You nailed it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I want to round out the other side of this here. Sandpaper. Here we go. Really trying to round out this this side here. Because I realized this side is not nearly as rounded as I thought it was, and it should be a little more rounded. Unless I did this one too rounded, which very well could be the case. Let me actually double check my drawing real quick. No, I definitely made the new one too rounded. All right, let's make another new one. This time I can use this as a template. now that I've pulled it out of the caboose. Let me peel this all the way off. There we go. So am I going to scratch build the trucks? That is the question, isn't it? I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the trucks, because there are very similar trucks to the accurate ones in N scale that this car had. They are very similar trucks. These had Commonwealth Express trucks. There are Commonwealth Express trucks in N scale, which were made by Athearn for their milk cars. However, the Athearn trucks have an 8-foot wheelbase, and the trucks for this caboose had a 6-foot wheelbase. So, there's a few options in front of us. One, like Garrett said there, is to look around and see if there are any 3D files available for them that Garrett could 3D print for me. If that isn't the case, my next recourse would be to see if I can get a set of the Athearn trucks and cut them down to 6-foot wheelbase by cutting a scale foot out of either side of between the bolster and the bearings. And if that doesn't work, then yes, I will be scratch building the trucks. The hope is that I can either get them printed or kit bash them, but there's a very real possibility that I will be trying to scratch build them. Eight-foot wheelbase would make a nicer ride for the crow. True. No, yeah, that's fine, Garrett. The other option is there is a guy on the rail wire who does do truck design, which I may shoot him a message and see if he would be interested. Have a good night, Mitch. Thanks for tuning in. So I may reach out to him and see if he would be interested. The issue is, I don't know of any other pieces of rolling stock that rode on 6-foot wheelbase Commonwealth trucks. And I don't know if it would be worth it for him to build these or design these if realistically I would be the only customer. So I would reach out to him and I would ask him, and we would go from there and see what happens. But I don't know. Excuse me. I do not know how good the RS-18U is from Rapido. I personally have only had good experiences from Rapido. I know Garrett has had almost exclusively bad experiences from Rapido, so I don't know. That I think if you ask in the Discord, I think Banu has one, or had one at least at one point. So adding him might be the way to go to try and find that out. I'm on mute. I'm on mute? It doesn't say I'm on mute. It says, I see the mic picking up my audio. Are you sure you're not on mute, Ed? No problem, Sam. All right, let's trim around this. All right, and now let's clean it up with sandpaper. All right, night, man. Have a good one. Oh, when I sneezed, yes. I was on mute when I sneezed. I figured I would spare all of y'all's eardrums. What are you lurkers up to, huh? Billy or Danny, but I think Billy. Okay, now let's check this. He does sometimes. I see him every now and again. Sometimes he'll pop in. It's happened a couple times. Okay, so that should fit now. Just clean up all of the old glue on here. I am going to try, before I do this, I thought I might just do this permanently right now. But I think I will probably just do my canopy glue one more time, just to make sure. Yeah, it's been, I think there were 2 times that I saw him on the stream. I think it was 2 times. I don't think it was many more than that, but it was a couple times. Good evening, Central Northeastern. Welcome in. Hope you're having a lovely evening. Currently working on a scratch build of a New Haven Railroad NE-3 Caboose in N scale. This is witchcraft being performed right in front of you. You crack me up, Garrett. All right, let's get to the reassembly here. And then we will finish off some of the other interior details, things like the bunks and the table and the I'm gonna build the base for the sink, but I need to figure out some way to have the actual basin. I need to figure out what a good way to get that shape is. All right. Make sure I'm working on camera. Let's get some canopy glue on the underside and the wall of this. Good one, Ed. Nice. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It has been pretty fun. It's been very sweet. It's been a fun journey because this is my first railcar scratch build. So it's a little bit of a learning process here. Why canopy glue as opposed to solvent or CA? So I am just doing test fittings right now, which is why I'm using canopy glue. When I do the final assembly, I will be doing I will be using CA. But this way, if I do the test fit and then something doesn't fit right or whatever. Oh, also I do need to take this all back out again so I can paint it. But I'll probably glue this whole central core piece together as one unit to paint. But yeah, I need to take it all back out again to paint it, so I don't want to have it permanently affixed to the base yet. Okay. Oh, damn it. This does not have enough glue on it, clearly. Come on. This would be a lot easier if I just used CA, but then it would not be coming back out. Okay, so that's gonna have to get lowered. That's okay though. All right, sweet. So we've got that reinstalled there. So now we can move on to the bunks and the other extraneous interior details. And try and figure out what I determined those were again. And roughly what size they need to be. There we go. Okay. So that, and then I need okay. Okay, let's build the coal hopper. And we'll make that, say, .2 feet tall, we'll say. Part of the difficulty here is I have a floor plan of the caboose, but I don't have interior elevations, and I don't really have any good interior photos. So I'm kind of working on intuition and references of like Pennsy N5s, because the NE-3 is kind of a derivative of the Pennsy N5. And there are a number of those around in preservation, so there are interior shots and pictures available. 3 Spikes, good evening, welcome in. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope your stream went well. I saw that you were live before. Wish I could have tuned in. I'm putting a devil in the box. It's the devil's in the details. I'll give you that one, Ed. That one's pretty good. That's a funny one. I'll give you that one. Time to feed Chessie. She's screaming at you. Oh boy. All right, yeah, you better go do that then. All right, let's get my scale ruler out here. It's 1 foot deep by 3 foot wide with 45 on the corner. Okay, so I need, ow, shoot. I need, which thickness is styrene? Let's do the 2 thou, or 20 thou, I mean. Okay, so I will need, if we do 2 foot 6 inches by 2 feet by 2 feet, and then that can just be cut to fit. I think that will work fine. Or the devil in the toilet. I am thinking about maybe as a joke getting a toilet to put in, because the toilet, the issue is the toilet would sit in this slot right here. This little corner here, that's the toilet room. I was thinking about getting a toilet, but I just don't think it'll fit. And this will be covered up by the cupola seat anyway. Will the toilet flush? Oh, what's up, Joey? Good evening. That would be the question, wouldn't it? I would, if I did put the toilet in there, I would have to put a little hole in the undercarriage. Right there. If I don't put it in, it's not prototype. You got me there, Billy. You got me there. All right. So let's do. Let's start with a 6 inch by 2 foot piece. There, it's a tiny little piece. Where did I put my X-Acto? Right here. Okay, there's one. And now I need a 2 foot 6 by 2 foot piece. You wouldn't have the patience for this. It's taken me a while to get to this point for sure. But the reward is worth the effort to me. Okay, that and that. And how thick is this in scale? Is this about 6 scale inches? Yeah. So let me draw. Okay, so it's 1 foot by 3 foot. So if I mark off 6 inches on either side of that. There's that one. There's that one. Cut that out. I now can glue the other pieces on as a, using this as a base. Sounds good, Sam. Have a good night. I will send you pictures of your boxcar as soon as it is ready for the prime time. And then I'm going to strip and repaint the other one, so that will take a little longer. Too small for you? Yeah, no. I totally get that, Joey. N scale is real tiny. Oh, Scott hopped out. I wish I'd seen that. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Well, Scott, I assume you're long gone by now, but I hope you have a good night regardless. Excuse me. Now this I will assemble with some CA. Where'd my CA go? Shoot. There it is. Okay. You're following the other flies and dropping out. Sounds good, Ed. Have a good night, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. Where did the CA bottle go? It was here before the start of the stream. I know that. Did I hide it? Okay, where on earth did my CA go? Graphite, solder flux. I had a little bottle of CA right here. No plastic cement. Well, I have some plastic cement too, but this I have very thin. Well, I guess this plastic cement is pretty thin too. Okay, well, let's try the plastic cement. I tend to use them kind of interchangeably, but I probably shouldn't. You do love N scale, just don't have the capacity for both with the HO projects you want to do. That's fair. Alright, well, maybe I don't have any plastic cement here. Let me try. I gotta try and clear the nozzle. That's a little better. And right onto my finger. Fantastic. Only got so much time and money to go around. No, I totally understand that. Use the stuff that comes with the brush and the bottle. You forget the brand already? Yeah, I tend to like the liquids that come out of like a bottle and flow better, just because I can really flow them along edges. I really want to know where my CA went now, though, because I'm worried that it's like spilled somewhere. That's the unopened bottle of CA right here. I'll just have to hope that it's somewhere safe. Excuse me. Go. And I'll just cut a little 2-foot strip of this. Thin one. Where's my square? There's the square. Excuse me. Okay, let's put that right there. Pick it up. Stick it right on there. And then once that dries, I can cut the excess off. You may not be able to listen and drive, but if you can, you'll still be here. Well, be safe first of all, man. So Joey, how's the Salt City coming along? Getting ready to actually run some train. Well, I know you've already run some trains, but really getting things figured out to start real deal ops. All right, there we go. There's our coal bin. Let's get that out of the way. Next up, we need, let's check the plan here. Oh, where's the larger scale plan? There it is. Print one out at a larger scale, that way I can actually read it easier. All right, need a table. Excuse me. I need a, okay, so I'm looking at it like this. Got it. All right, I need a 2'1" by 2'6" desk. Let's start with that. Let's do the 2'1" by 2'6" desk. Squares right here. It's a fairly square edge. Square enough. .6. go. It's basically 2 foot by 2 foot 6 is what we're going with here. This is going to go right into this corner here. And now I need to figure out how tall I want it. Well, we'll do 2 foot. Like a 2.6. We'll do 2 foot 8. Excuse me. Okay, let's pull that line across. There's the front of the desk. All right, now I'm going to do a 2 foot 6 by 7 foot piece, and that's going to be 2 foot by 7 foot or 7.6? 7.9 actually. Okay, 2 foot by 7.9. 2 foot 6 by 7.9, I should say. Excuse me. Okay. 2 foot 6. 7 foot 9. Okay. Let's get that mark pulled across. There's 7 foot 9. Okay. Plastruct? That might be it. That sounds right. I've heard that brand name before. That definitely could be it, Paul. So, Paul, what's the verdict from tonight? Op scheme, good? Feels okay? Not too much tweaking you'll have to do, hopefully? All right, let's check here now. If I put that in there, and that in there, is it too long? Oh, it is just right. Yeah, it's perfect. Sweet. Okay, so that verifies all my measurements so far, which is great. Op seems good. Track issues all hopefully rectified. You'll test further. Nice. Good deal, man. It's got to be a good feeling to be running trains again. Where's my water going? Where's my water? Excuse me. Okay. So now I'm gonna make that a 1'9", I think. Right, 1 foot. Yeah, that seems about right. We'll do a 1'9" tall bunk. Let's go over here. Good deal. All right, 1 foot. What did I say? 1'9". Excuse me, by 7'9". All right, there's my front. Oh, you know what piece of styrene I am missing? I need a nice little piece of just like square stock. Just a little piece of square stock would be really nice. That'd be perfect for bracing up the corners here. Because I do have 16th inch L bracket here, which is what I've been using, but I have to trim it way down, which kind of is annoying. I gotta trim it even more. Tweezers. Why are these yellow again? Oh, it's yellow from when I was working on the kit. That's right. I am working way off camera, aren't I? Here we go. Sand this flat. All right, bunk 1 is done. Get it temporarily in place there, because now... Oh, where did that other piece go? Ah, shucks. Did I lose it? Ah, shucks. Let's get the coal bunker temporarily glued in place here. Get that sanded real quick. It's nice and flat on top. All right, let's get a little bit of this in here. Go. Holy moly. It's blowing up. My watch is blowing up right now. I guess maybe student orientation day or something at RPI, so the Model Train Club Discord and a couple of the other Discords that I'm still part of in there as an alum are all blowing up from all the freshmen joining in. And, you know, it's a weeknight, so the other Discords are just generally somewhat active, so watch is blowing up for some reason at this moment. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's the other piece. Okay, sweet, I got it. So there's that. I think it's time for a new blade on this X-Acto. Cut this here. I caught it with my legs. All right, so now that that's cut, I'm gonna replace this blade here. In just a moment. Oh, shucks. Don't do that. No, no, no. Come on. So that's 1.9, and this is 2.9. So I need. Okay. I need a 1 foot little segment here. 1 foot by 2.6. Mark that. And there. All right. Let's get rid of this X-Acto blade. Grab a new one out of my case here. Yard is switched, debating on whether to go do the rolling turn and save that for another night. Decisions. Because the rolling turn, yeah, the rolling turn is a little bit complicated on the layout, so it's not exactly trivial. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit complex of a job. You thinking you're gonna wait for another night? Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. That way you're prepped and ready for it. Tweezers, these guys. And now to see if I did the math right. Because in theory, this... Oh, where'd it go? Right there. Okay. In theory now, this should be able to sit. Snugly right there. Yes! I did the math right. It looks so good. Yes. Ha 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 ha. So your hope is if you can get some good timing data on everything, you can start planning when the passenger trains can run through to mess with everyone. Ooh, that's fun. Very nice. Let me get a little bit of white glue on here, or canopy glue, whatever. All right. What next? What next? Well, I guess I could do the other two bunks. How big is this table? 2'6" by, what is that? 1'9", we'll say. We'll do the table first. And for the table, I'm going to need. So that's would that be 6-inch? That's a 1 foot. I think I have a thinner one than this. Somewhere. It's not the same. Same diameter. Same diameter. Alright, no, actually what I want to use for that is some brass wire, I think. But do I have any on hand? No, that's a regular wire. I do, yes. I actually think that will be perfect. I just gotta find my nippers in this mess. There they are. Let's mark out 3. We'll mark 3 feet, and then I'll trim it a little short. Because this is, yeah, that's about a 6-inch diameter pipe, which I think is what I would want. There we go. And then I need a 1'9" by 2'6" table. Go 2'6". Let's draw that line up. And then 1'9". Pull that line over. Made it home. Day 1 of RIT down. Oh boy. Hey, you made it through day 1. Trim that right there. Trim that right here. Okay, now I need to mark the center line of this. would be at, let's see, 2.6 would be at 1.3. And we'll do it from this side as well. Okay, then we'll go on that center line to about there. Yeah, come out more. There. And then I can glue that onto there. Oh, shoot. Where did my little brass wire go? Right there. Good deal. Let that dry up. And that will be the table. All right, so while that's setting up here, I can work on the other two bunks, which are 7'10" by 2'6". All right. Let's get a nice flush end here to cut from. Okay, now I need to go 7'10", 2'6". Right, so now let's take that 2'6" line and bring it all the way across here. All right, there's that. And I need the straight edge for the one side. Okay, there's one bunk topper. Let's get the second one. And then we can make the fronts. good. We might actually be able to finish up all of the interior details that I'm prepared to finish tonight. 'Cause it's only, well, it's 10:55. Well, it's 10:55, and really these bunks are the only thing left that I'm kind of prepared to finish at this time. There's the other one. Because, I mean, I could create the base of the wash basin. I could create the base of the wash basin, but I'll probably have to rebuild it anyway once I figure out how I'm going to do the basin itself. So I think we're actually doing good. All right, so now I need 1 line, so 3 line right here. If I can get this all assembled tonight, I will be extremely happy. We didn't wind up getting around to the graphics work like I thought I was going to, but we're going to be basically done with the interior of this caboose so we can actually start painting some things, which will be really fun for me to kind of work on over the course of the week. There we go. Okay. One of these for one of these, one of those for one of those. Let's get this out of the way. Where's my L bracket or L channel? Chop that. Chop that. Trim this way down. And trim this way down. Dot of glue on that. Let's get that on there. And then a dot of glue right there. There's my alarm to wrap it up. Come on. we go. Here's one bunk. Let's get the other one. And then let's temporarily glue them in place, and we can wrap it up for the night. Go. There we go. All right. Let's get these all temp glued in place. This is looking like a real thing, and I am so pleased. And the fit is just right. Yes! All of my measurements. Yes! Yes! Oh, you guys, you have no idea how happy that makes me. That I actually measured all this stuff right. And there we have it. I will put pictures of this up in my Discord, but oh my gosh, it looks so good. I cannot wait to start like actually painting these things and getting these things to have like material finishes, but I'm really excited at how this looks, because it's actually looks like a populated thing. It looks like a thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. This is very, very exciting for me. And I can't wait to take some nice pictures and show it to y'all out there. But this is super fun. Super, super fun. There, actually, you guys can see it pretty well there. Wow, look at that. So we got the coal bin. There's going to be, I'm gonna get a 3D printed potbelly stove that's gonna go right there. That's the table with a metal post underneath it, which I believe can fold up, but I'm just gonna fold it down. Right along this wall here, we're going to model, I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna model it, but I'm gonna model a wash basin. Over here, we've got a desk right there, and then a bunk. We have a wall of cabinets and a wall of cabinets, and on top of these is going to be the cupola seats, which are really just flat benches that go across. So really, this is just a couple of flat sheets of styrene that I need to put in place, and then that's that. And then we have 2 more bunks here and here, and then the end walls go like that and like this. And that's a caboose right there. Well, look at that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to model one end door open, and then one end door closed. That way you can kind of look down the length of the caboose, as well as hopefully removing the roof. But for now, that makes me extremely, extremely happy. So thank you guys all so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely rest of your evening. I hope you enjoyed tuning in with me tonight, even through all of the pain of technical difficulties. But this has been so much fun. I'm so excited about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Putting yours to shame. Oh, yours are fantastic too, though. Yours are really fantastic too. I wouldn't have the guts to mess with a brass model, so you got me beat there. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you all on the next track.